I invited 100 Minecraft players to join my event, and told them all one thing: to simulate civilization in Minecraft. This video got pretty crazy near the end, but this also took a long time to make, so if you don't mind, drop a like down below. Thanks, and enjoy the video. It starts off like any other Minecraft survival playthrough, getting food. However, some players were able to get iron armor rather quickly, and they used that to their advantage by gathering up resources from other players. Quickly, a group of players came together under the name Trash Baskets, and these players had an early advantage because of their numbers. But I feel kinda bad because I told anyone that came through and wiped all of them out would get a diamond helmet. However, I told them that if they were able to hold their ground until the end of the day, they would get the diamond helmet. So this put them on edge, and they were out hunting anyone who came close to their base. However, this all proved pointless because a few hours later I wasn't recording, but somebody came through and wiped them all out, and were awarded the diamond helmet. This event composed of 3 days. Day 1 and 2 were purely for gathering resources, as respawn was enabled, so anyone who died would quickly be able to reclaim their loot and keep grinding. However, on the 3rd day, hardcore mode was on, and anyone who died would permanently stay dead. On day 2, pretty much consisted of the same thing as day 1. However, there was a new team formed by the name of Oasis. These people had a pretty stacked base with 2 villagers and an entire villager breeder. They had food and pretty much anything you would need in the survival base. They even had an enchant table, which would prove very beneficial as all their armor was enchanted. However, they told me that they were gonna backstab somebody, which I found interesting. However, when I told them that there would only be one winner, the room was much more silent. And yeah, also do what this guy says. At the start of the final day, everyone was doing their own thing, gathering the resources for Doomsday. Some people were near the edge of the map while some were closer. As here you can see someone protecting their AFK friend, and he was ambushed. Then they fought with PvP. This lasted for a few seconds before his friend became un-AFK. His friend quickly chased him off into the river, and then they hopped on their own boat and chased after him. He couldn't run. He knew that he couldn't run, because if he knew that he stopped, he would surely get eliminated by these 2 players. He picked a fight he couldn't win. He would keep slipping up and making small mistakes that would cost him a lot. Eventually, they were able to catch up to him and push him off the boat. When they traced him on the land, he did something rather dishonorable. He combat logged. Luckily, when he rejoined, they killed him and got all his stuff. Other players were not having such good luck. Some players lost their stuff on day 2, and other players just never came to day 1 and day 2 to gather resources. Some of these players decided to get resources that they could, however others decided just to hide and build up in the sky, which never won. Now that the border was closing in, things were getting much more tense. Groups were forming up as they needed to get together. However, this is when the Oasis would backstab. After they murdered their fellow teammate, I don't really know why, they were going through his resources and giving out the netherite armor to those who didn't have netherite. I'm not really sure why they did this, because you kind of need more players and it would be more helpful in the future, but you know, that's their decision making. At this point, there were not many players left, as Oasis had 5 players, and the Trash Baskets had only 3 players. This put the Oasis at an advantage, and they were pretty cheery about it. After all, they weren't too worried about getting ambushed by the other team. However, quickly, they found the Trash Baskets on their doorstep, and then PvP broke out. final member of the three decided he would run, and he luckily got away. At this point, with the border closing in, it was just these last two teams. We had the Trash Baskets on top of the mountain, and Oasis, who was at the bottom. They were getting barraged with arrows, and they had nothing to do except burrow. So they went to the ground, hoping that they could avoid the arrows and get a sneak attack on them. However, while this was all happening, some random guy named Puppy QT joined, and he was running around and doing random stuff when he came across the Oasis during their burrowing session. Just roll the clip. By having the high ground, Oasis had the advantage now. They were able to barrage the lower team with arrows, but eventually they snuck up on them and were able to take them all out. And now it was down to the final two. One of the players had good sportsmanship and gave the other one a golden apple. However, he did not repay this very well, and Toiletman was the first to attack. At the end of the day, Toiletman won. If you would like to join one of these events, hit the link in the description to join our Discord. And if you would like to stay notified when we upload more events, drop subscribe, hit a like button, and enjoy your day.